Now, brothers and sisters, if the law was nailed to the cross and there was no law, this is what the Ten Commandments will look like. So Letters and Manuscripts, Volume 4, 1885, paragraph 21. Ellen White writes, "How inconvenient is such a principle? This commandment is a wonderful restriction of liberty. This commandment stops man from envying, from causing injury to his neighbors by coveting whatever he has, whether it's his wife, whether it's his house, whatever, right? When you convert, you desire it, you long for it, and you can do whatever, and you tend to do whatever you want to get it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Whether legal or illegal. It is a terrible yoke of bondage, and the dishonest man, the covetous man, could not follow out its inclination with any peace while this law was standing against him. It is a relief to be free from this condemnation and rejoice in the liberty of the gospel, that men cannot be terribly fettered. Now, that the ministers declare that the commandment is null and void, okay, and all they say null and void, and they feel great freedom from the gospel. All they have to do is believe. The keeping of the commandment is altogether unnecessary, and if they keep them under a yoke of bondage, they have fallen from the grace. So if they keep them, they are under the yoke of bondage, and they have fallen from grace. So basically that means is what a blessed freedom to the sinner in this no-law system. Its benefits cannot really be estimated by those who keeps God's commandments and are yoked under restriction. So ministers who do not keep these commandments and say that the commandments were nailed to the cross, right? They do not feel the yoke of, or they do not feel the power or the importance or the yoke under restrictions. Right, brothers and sisters, I hope you understand that what I'm trying to say here is, if the law was nailed to the cross, then a sinner, or the ministers who proclaim that the law was nailed to the cross, they are not pointed to sin. Okay, they do not need grace because they have been they are not under the restriction of the law. And if you're not under the restriction of the law, then you don't fall under the saying of the wages of sin is death, right? Because there's no law that points you to conviction, that no law that points you that you are a sinner. So if these restrictions and if this yoke of bondage is taken off you because the law is nailed to the cross, then you do not understand the freedom that we have in keeping the law, and you do not understand the freedom that we have in the liberty of conscience, and that Jesus Christ died for us.